Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. So our group will be presenting about the adverse effects of illegal logging. So our group represents from three members, and my name is Ahmad Ashraf bin Zulkifli. My other two members are Shafi Hidayatullah and also Muhammad Alif. Next. Okay, so this will be our contents of our presentation. And now I will be pass this platform to the first presenter.
Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. We move to the next part, which is environmental effect. First, climate change. As we know, forests play an important role to store the carbon dioxide. So, if deforestation occur, it can cause climate change, which is carbon dioxide was released on the atmosphere that can create a hot weather. This is because atmosphere have been forced to absorb much amount of the carbon dioxide that is supposedly absorbed by trees and plants. Besides, the release of greenhouse gas also can make the global temperature increase. Based on the article that we studied, state that there are roughly 2 billion tons of carbon dioxide into the atmosphere per year due to this activity. Second is poor water resources, include drinking water and aquatic habitats. Deforestation can make the land become exposed, and if we wait for a long time, we can see the land lead to lead to erosion. Which when it rained, the erosion had turned into an explosion or sediment or something like that, which is float meaning that it carry the water into the river and cause the water and cause water pollution, and the water become clouded. Next is flooding. This is due to heavy rainfall occur that the soil cannot hold and absorb much water than before. When before it is supported by plant and tree that have roots to absorb the water. For example, from the article that we studied, show that in China had faced terrible flooding along Pearl, Yangtze, and Songhua River. This happened because the failure of water runoff to be controlled due to heavy rainfall, and this situation can lead thousands of people die, and also millions from them become homeless. Next, loss of biodiversity. Deforestation can affect biodiversity. It can cause the flora and fauna become extinction because their habitats has been destroyed by they convert the forest become to flatland. This situation need to be taken seriously because the article state that there is an approximately 30% of remaining habitats covered in regards with the extinction threshold. For example, we can see the Sumatran rhinos. The Sumatran rhinos has dropped to very less in number, which is less than 40 rhinos are found to survive in Peninsular Malaysia and the state of Sabah. So that's all the effect of deforestation towards the environment that we studied based on article. So we move to the next presenter.
Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Next, we continue our presentation with the second adverse effects of illegal logging, which is in terms of socioeconomy. And according to Interpol, most of the illegal logging activities that take place in the world are committed by organized crime, with corruption, crime, money laundering, and others. Thus, this has led to human rights violation and disrespect for the basic needs of local communities and their culture. And we can see it more clearly uh, through four aspects, namely livelihood, income and employment, and also in terms of economy, which is losses suffered by government and as well local communities. All right. Uh, okay. The first of all, livelihood. The destruction of forests and the lack of tenure rights to forest communities will put a tremendous pressure on indigenous populations, forcing them to migrate to more densely populated areas. And even worse, it is resulting in deaths, injury, and also property destruction as has happened in Indonesia. Secondly, income and employment. In many cases, local community just get very little profit from illegal logging activities. The rest went to the brokers, buyers, manufacturers, and also the exporters. For instance, there were reports stating that they failed to obtain appropriate compensation. And also, furthermore, most of those working in this industry are forced laborers, and therefore, they are often treated unfairly, which is working in very poor conditions and with very low wages. And last but not least, uh, economically, it has brought huge losses to the government and indirectly to the local communities as well. This is due to illegal logging increases timber supply into the markets, lowering the price of timber, thus increasing the competitiveness of national industries. I think that's all from me. We move to the next presenter.
Okay, the next one is put aside from the effect of illegal logging on the socio-economy and also on the environment, there are also the effect on within the government itself. So illegal logging not only leave a huge impact on the socio-economy and the environment, but also on the within the government itself. So the first thing is with there was a term that was introduced by the United Nations in 2001, which is a conflict timber, which it is a war or conflict or incident that happened, which will cause a lot of millions of refugees and also death. This conflict timbers is actually when we found the link between logging companies and also uh, uh, a group with arm or weapon. So they are doing the illegal activities, illegal logging with the armed group. And the next one is the corruption. Corruption is happen. Uh, the corruption is closely related with the illegal logging. It happened within the governance, where the governance unable to control this corruption. Uh, as an example, as cited in Elliot 2007, as cited by as stated by Elliot in 2007, as cited in Robreda 2013. Uh, as example, some of the illegal timbers has been labeled as the local product, so it had made it difficult to be traced by the governance. So this can only be done by the higher authorities or higher companies, which it is caused by the corruption that happened. So and the next one is regarding the finance transaction. So without the governance control, the financial transaction are happen illegally without control, which will encourage illegal activity, which is illegal logging. So the financial transaction that happened, it it was happening throughout different countries and different place to transfer the monies for the illegal activities. So this will put the authorities or the high or the responsible parties to trace or to prosecute the illegal activities that happen, which is illegal logging. So this uh, this financial transaction, which will also encourage the other illegal activities uh, such as the smuggling of drugs and narcotics by water, and also it will also help in transferring the drugs money. I think that is all from me.
All right. So what we can do as a individual, as human, as a community that love nature, love the nature. So in finding an effective solution, we must look at it at various levels, multiple levels, and require the cooperation of all stakeholders. Therefore, we propose some solution through three aspects based on the capacities of individuals, civil society organizations, such as NGOs, group of local community, and last but not least, government. Firstly, we go to the capacities in the capacity of individuals, what we can do. First, instead of throwing away our used paper, we can recycle it to sustain the sources. Secondly, in this modern world, we should utilize the using of technology to become our advantages, especially in social media websites. We can use it to spread the awareness about the dangers of illegal logging through these mediums. Third, we can educate our friends and family, because the best way to spread awareness is right from the ground floor. And last, we can donate and join the NGOs that fight for this issue, and that's when we support them to fight this issue. Secondly, a civil society organization, whether local communities or NGOs, nationally or internationally, they should play an important role in pressuring and criticizing the governments for the sustainability of forests and the livelihoods of its communities. And in achieving community mobilization, they also need to have good engagement with the government, especially by providing recommendations, uh, reports, and ideas to prevent deforestation. And last but not least, for the government, uh, the most important role, I think, they need to tighten the forestry laws. For example, they can immediately stop illegal logging and unsustainable harvesting. And also, they should focus on tackling corruption issues, forest crime, and mismanagement, because uh, these three elements are the main causes of this issue. And last but not least, they should integrate the value of forests culturally and economically into the national and local planning to meet human needs while maintaining forest sustainability. That's all from me. Next.
Okay. As a conclusion, illegal logging should be eliminated because of its adverse effect on the environment, socio-economy, and governance of the country. This is because Islam teach all Muslims to preserve nature, where the nature or environment is regarded as a gift of the Almighty, as Allah mentioned in Surah Al-Jathiyah, verse 13. أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم وسخر لكم ما في السماوات وما في الأرض جميعا منه إن في ذلك لآيات لقوم يتفكرون. Meaning that the favor from Allah surely to all mankind to benefit it, and this signs also clearly that Allah as the creator and administrator, and He also the administrator of everything. Moreover, human as the representative or of Khalifah or leader on this on the earth in order to continue in governing the responsibilities to take care the nature and its people. So the destruction of nature was prohibited in Islam, as the Holy Quran uh, show us that people caused to this action. For example, this deforestation might be punished for what they have been done before. As Allah mentioned in Surah Ar-Rum, verse 13, أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم ظهر الفساد في البر والبحر بما كسبت أيدي الناس ليذيقهم بعض الذي عملوا لعلهم يرجعون. Meaning that the destruction has appeared in the land and the sea because of our action that we have done before. So Allah give the consequences such as this calamity or this disaster as the response to what people have done in order to return them back to the right way. So that's all for us from us. Thank you for watching.